I figured I would enjoy Jedi Temple Challenge well enough. I grew up in the 90s, I remember all those Nickelodeon shows, but I was a big fan of Legends of the Hidden Temple. So despite being a show for kids and even on the Star Wars Kids YouTube channel, I knew I would at least enjoy an episode or two for nostalgia, but I am now actively looking forward to watching it for Kelleran Beq and his droid companions. I've had some people jokingly ask me how much of the show can be considered canon because clearly it's different from most Star Wars content, but I assume a lot of the elements did exist somewhere in the timeline. Kelleran, the droids 83 and LXR-5, the starship Athilia, and maybe even some of the tasks performed by the contestants. But I would say that in broad strokes, a Jedi Master named Kelleran Beq was in charge of training younglings into Padawans with his droids on their ship. We don't know the exact timeline of the show yet, but I would simply guess before the Clone Wars, since the Athilia is a Pelta-class frigate appropriate for that era. Ahmed described Kelleran as the Dean of the Jedi, so maybe the head of education for the Order. As for Beq himself, Best said that he was given a lot of room to create the character and make it his own, not only in his characteristics and acting choices, but also his background and lightsaber color. He chose purple as his lightsaber color, partially as an homage to Mace Windu, and because it is a balance between red and blue. He shared an image of his lightsaber on Instagram, revealing it to be a modified version of the protection and defense pieces from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It's meant to be wielded with one hand, taking inspiration from a real-world one-handed style of fighting. This style has given Kelleran Beq the nickname the Sabered Hand. The only other in-universe thing we know about Kelleran Beq is that he is related to Ahmed Beq from Attack of the Clones. The character was briefly seen in the Outlander Club during the capture of Zam Wesell. But beyond just being a great new Jedi Master character and a fun new show, I just love seeing Ahmed Best's passion both on and off screen. As a game show host, he is enthusiastic, entertaining, and straight up funny. His banter with 83 has made me laugh out loud every episode, but the jokes also flesh out the character. 83 asks Kelleran how many times it took him to complete the temple trials, and he brushes it off by saying the answer is not important, which is funny, but it's also a good message to kids. Failure is okay. Perseverance matters more. Kelleran basically admits that it took him a few tries to get to where he is, but now he is a respected leader in the Jedi Order. I looked through Ahmed Best's Instagram a lot for this video, and you can see how much this role means to him behind the scenes as well. It's so nice to see him back in Star Wars and seemingly having the time of his life, but it's also important to see how seriously he takes the position he is in. He points out that he is the first top-billed black lead in any Star Wars production. The fact that he gets to be a role model to kids in that way clearly means a lot to him, and it should. It is important for kids to see that. And by the way, again, according to Best's Instagram, the reason the show was taken off Disney Plus and instead put on the Star Wars Kids YouTube channel is so more kids could see it. The series was put on a free platform simply so more children would have easier access to it, and that's awesome. Anyway, I love Kelleran Beq. He has been someone I look forward to seeing every Wednesday now. Even if you're not watching Jedi Temple Challenge, take a look through Ahmed Best's Instagram because it really warmed my heart. I look forward to Kelleran inevitably popping up in a book or comic or something somewhere. I'd love to see him continue to grow in the Star Wars canon. But that's it for today. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.